Here's part 2 of our story on JH Israel. 10 years later, the goal of tens of thousands has been met. In fact, 85,000 have gone through the center. The late mayor of Ariel, Ron Nachman, a man of legendary zeal and energy, has tragically passed away, but his vision for the National Center lived on. It not only fulfilled his vision, but many see it as the fulfillment of biblical prophecy. Ziplining can be a blast, and it's even better when the fun includes a purpose.
This place is amazing. There is like so much important things here. It prepares you to be able to do things that you couldn't believe that you will do.
And that's the goal of the National Leadership Training Center. Its strategy? Use physical challenges, teamwork, and the Bible to teach principles of leadership.
So every day here, there is children all over Israel is coming. We speak with them about David and about Moses. We speak about their leadership and their places in life and how they can dream to be like them.
The idea came about after kids from Ariel visited a Christian retreat in the U.S. called JH Ranch. Ranch directors Heather Johnston and her husband Bruce first suggested the idea of a similar training program for Israel's young people to Ariel's late mayor.
Ron Nachman came to JH Ranch himself, and while he was there, we shook hands across the table on 7707 and agreed that we would build together a national leadership site for Israel.
Johnston sees it as a fulfillment of prophecy.
Ezekiel foresaw that once the cities would be rebuilt and the Jews would gather on the mountains of Judea and Samaria, he said in verse 26 of chapter 36, I will take out the heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh and put a new spirit in you. And we just foresaw that that was going to be the next step. We believe that God has begun a movement in the country, something that is going to continue.
Endorsed by Israel's education ministry, the program focuses on biblical characters to help teach lessons. For example, this obstacle is called Goliath. Participants stand on an 18-inch platform at the top of a 30-foot pole. They jump 7 feet out and 7 feet up to grab a trapeze.
The pole represents Goliath, the intimidating giant that stood and ridiculed Israel and literally stopped the military in their tracks. Well, in a similar way, we have Goliaths in our life, these huge giants, circumstantially, relationally, and we have to somehow find ourselves overcoming that or not overcoming it and trusting God at the same time, because the person on belay, if you happen to miss the trapeze, guess what? You've just done a free fall into the open space. But the wonderful thing is that the belayer below is God. That person acts like God in your life, and they're always going to catch you.
And now, more than 7 years in the making, the center met their goal, and it attracts people throughout Israel.
People are telling each other over the medias, over people that bringing their friends. This is the way that we are recruiting people to come here.
Johnston describes it as a remarkable partnership between Christians and Jews.
It makes me feel like that we're a part of the unfolding of biblical history. God said, I'm going to beckon to the Gentiles, Isaiah 49:22, and I'm going to lift a banner to the nations, and they're going to carry you. They're going to put your daughters on their shoulders, your sons into their arms. In other words, when I want to rebuild this nation, I'm going to do it relationally.
The park has already had a positive impact across generations and worldviews.
I see parents and teenagers that start speaking with each other. I see Arabs and Jews speaking together.
And remember Goliath?
The pole shakes, and now the thing is to get over the platform.
This reporter decided to take the challenge.
There's a reason they call it the leap of faith.
See for yourself.
1, 2, 3.
Well, being on the Goliath was quite a challenge. Since that story, the National Leadership Center has grown even more. And after 10 years, many see an even greater future and believe that the best is yet to come. Chris Mitchell, CBN News at the National Leadership Training Center, Ariel, Samaria, in Israel's biblical heartland.
Alpha Omega.